Hello everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about the IT brushes for Ulta. Foundation is the foundation, no, Love is the foundation brush, and we're going to be comparing these two. This brush is from about 2 years ago. They came out with it, and I compared it on another video up against a sponge, and you guys seem to enjoy it. A lot of you guys clicked on that video, so I figured this year I would bring in this year's foundation brush and compare the two and see how they perform, see if there's any differences that I could notice. Prices are the same. That hasn't varied. They both have little hearts on them, so that's still the same. The biggest difference is the handle, as far as I can notice. This one does not move. They're little hearts. This one goes up and down, so that's pretty cute. I like that. So one thing that I wish they did different is that I wish the handles were a little slimmer, like they, taper down, because that would make it easier to store. But, that's just my thought. So let me give you a little more information about the brush. So this is an exclusive to the Ulta site. No one else carries it. And it says that IT brushes for Ulta. Love is the foundation brush is your limited edition featuring a unique heart shape that does the work for you. Flawlessly apply your favorite foundation for your most airbrushed finished every time. Unique heart-shaped foundation brush flawlessly applies your favorite liquid, cream, and powder foundations. I've never applied powder foundation, so I could not tell you about that. And it is ultra plush, cruelty-free brush hairs, and this one retails for $30 on the Ulta site. I believe it just came out like a week or two ago. That's when I noticed it, and that's when I picked it up, so I'm excited to try it out. This is the brush that Kathleen Lights raves about, which is why I decided to try it out 2 years ago, and which is why I wanted to pick it up this year. In this video, I'm going to be showing you a demo trying out both of these brushes, comparing them one to the other, seeing if there's any differences, and at the end of the video, I will give you my final thoughts and let you know what I think about them and if I notice a difference. So let's go ahead and get into the video. I hope you guys enjoy it and it helps you out. All right, so I've gone ahead already and primed my face. And for today's video, I'm going to be using the Loreal Paris Infallible foundation, the 24-hour fresh wear. I haven't used this one in a long time, but I really like how it looks with a brush. Also, how do you guys like this new setup? What do you guys think? I'm trying to figure out the best lighting. I've been trying to figure this out for like a year now, probably. Also, I love this. It's so much fun. Okay. All right. Let's focus. So I'm gonna start with one pump. It's not a whole pump, not at all. This is what was left behind my hand. So I'm going to start with the new brush. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit. So here is one side with the new brush. And here is the other side with nothing on. So now I'm going to go ahead and use the old brush. And I think I'm going to just use the rest of that pump. I'll probably need more though. I'm just going to do like half a little pump, just that much. All right, so I'm going to take the old brush and use it on this side. here's this side with the old brush. And here is the other side with the new brush. So application wise, I want to say they both are the same. I don't notice a difference on the application for neither one. I love this foundation. I always forget how much I like it until I put it on. The coverage is beautiful. But, I mean, it looks really nice, so I'm going to apply my concealer now. And I'm going to use the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer. This is a newer concealer to me. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. The shade I use this one on is 430 Ivory Buff. That's the shade I use on the foundation. And for the Pretty Fresh, I have it in Light 60N. I'm going to start on this side. And again, use the new brush. Alright, so there is one eye with concealer, the other eye without concealer. This is the new brush again. This is not the type of brush I typically would use for my concealer, to be honest. I usually use brushes like this one or just a bit more targeted, I guess, so that you can get really in there. You can use this for your under eye, but this is not the type of brush I typically would use. But it did the job fine. I mean, as you guys can see, the point you can kind of get it in there, like one of the heart sides, and it does a good job, but again, it's just not my favorite. All right, so I'm gonna do the other eye now. And I'm gonna do it with the old brush. Alright, so they both applied it exactly the same. I can't tell the difference. So this is the old brush, and this is the new brush. Once again, new brush, old brush. I mean, they seem the same. Yeah, hairs everywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and we'll come back and I'll give you guys my final thoughts on the brushes. Alright, so my final thoughts are that these perform exactly the same. I did not notice any difference on them. I do notice that the bristles on the new one are a little taller than the old one. So as you guys can see, the new one, it's a little tiny taller than the old one. It's not like a huge difference, but you can definitely tell right there. But as far as performance goes, honestly, they're both the same. I didn't notice a difference. They both applied my foundation perfectly fine. They both looked very beautiful. I really like this brush, so I'm really happy that this performed the same. As far as feelings goes, like when you're applying it, this one does feel a little more dense than this one. It's very, very little, but I could tell the difference just a little bit because probably the same reason that the bristles are a little taller. So there's a little less cushion on this one than there is on that one. But as far as, you know, like I said, performance goes, they apply the same. So I hope that helps you make a decision if you're thinking about buying these. If you have this one, I don't think you need this one unless you're a collector, then go ahead. I'm happy to have a second one because back then I wasn't going to buy two, so I'm happy just to add a second one and have two foundation brushes now, because I feel like that's one thing that you can never have enough is foundation brushes, especially if you do your makeup every day. I mean, you shouldn't be reusing your brushes how many times, just saying. So yeah, so that concludes this video. I hope it helped you in some way. Let me know in the comments below if you decide to pick it up, if you have it, or what your thoughts are on these brushes. But other than that, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, I would appreciate if you would do so. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.